Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers, how are you? Welcome back again. I have a new grammar lesson for today. This is Unit 3, the grammar lesson which will be about some future forms. Of course, if I ask you about the most famous future forms, you will say, well, I'm going to. I know that maybe many of you don't know that we have 7 forms in which we can talk about or express the future. But still, the most important, the most common are well and going to. Today, inshallah, we are going to compare between using well and going to express the future. Let's get started. Future with well or be going to. Be means, if you remember, and is are plus going to. We use well or be going to make predictions about the future. What does the word predictions mean? This is something like you expect something that may happen or may not happen in the future. For example, you can say, I think my team will win the match. Your team has a football match and you say, I think my team will win the match. This is a prediction about the future, something which hasn't happened yet. Regarding predictions, can I use well or going to? What do you think? So for example, I say my team will win or my team is going to win. Should I say it is going to rain or it will rain? What is the difference between them? Well, simply we have a difference between using well or using going to for predictions. If you have seen evidence, if I have a seen evidence, I have to use going to. For example, I'm in the street, I can see that it's cloudy. In this case, I can say it is going to rain. Why? It's a prediction in the future and I have a seen evidence, something I can see. What about if I don't have a seen evidence? No, I have to use well. So the difference between well and going to is regarding predictions. If I have a seen evidence, I have to use going to. If I don't have a seen evidence, I have to use well. Imagine that my team is playing a match. Before the match, I can say, I think my team will win the match. Why did I say well? Because I don't have, yes, there is no evidence here. So I said my team will win. What about if there is only 2 minutes left and the score is 5-0 to my team? So in this case, I can say my team is going to win. Why? Because it's almost impossible for the other team to score more than 5 goals in 2 minutes. So in this case, I have a seen evidence. That's why I can say my team is going to win. So this is the difference between well and going to if we talk about predictions. We have another difference between well and going to. But in this case, we don't talk about predictions, we talk about normal actions. When can I say I will? When can I say I'm going to? Just imagine that you are in the street with your friends and suddenly you saw a very nice t-shirt. You have no plan for shopping, but still this is something which happened suddenly. In this case, you say, I will. For example, you say, I will buy this t-shirt. Why did you say I will? Because you didn't have a plan to do that. But what about if you are at home, you are calling your friend and you said, I'm going shopping. Will you please come with me? He will ask you, why are you going shopping? You said simply, I'm going to buy a t-shirt. In this case, you said, I'm going to buy a t-shirt because you have a plan. That's why you have to use going to, not well. Okay, let's have a look at these examples to explain that again for you. Look about the first form here. This is only to compare between the affirmative and the negative form. Computers will perform many functions. Computers won't have feelings. The same form, well, plus the infinitive. The negative form, we use won't. What does won't mean? This is well, not. Well, not. won't have. What about this one? People are going. How can we form the negative form for going to? Yes. Machines are not going to control us. Are not going to control us. This is are not going to. We use not. Okay? So simply, well, the affirmative, won't in the negative, be going to the affirmative, be not going to in the negative form. What about if I want to ask? Look here, will people eat? Will people eat? How did I start? I start with well. What about if I want to ask using going to? Yes, we start with verb to be first, then the subject, number 2, then we have going to plus the verb till the end of the sentence. This is how can we form the questions, how can we form the negative form. How can we form the negative form. We have something here, let's have a look. It said use be going to express a plan that is already made or decided. As we said, if you have a plan, if you decide to do something, that means you have to use going to. Again, if you have a plan, you have to use going to. What about if I don't have a plan? Something that happened suddenly, no plan at all. I have to use well. Use well to express uncertainty, something I'm not sure about. I don't have a plan. Often with maybe, probably, that means I have to use well. Okay? Maybe I will come. Maybe I will go. And so on. Okay? Let's look at these examples. I'm going to spend a month in Abha. Of course, it's clear that there is a plan for that. We have a plan. That's why I said I'm going to. In the second one, when I say maybe I will go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan. Let's move to the second part. Yes, please. You have to complete the predictions about the future with the correct form of the verb. He said that more than an answer might be correct. More than an answer might be correct. The first one, in 100 years, people, what do you think? Should I say people will live or people are going to live? Well, it's clear that it's a prediction in the future. Do we have an evidence here? Can you see a seen evidence? No, we don't have seen evidence. That's why I have to use well. So I said, in 100 years, people will live. What about saying are going to live or will be living or are going to be living? Well, I don't think so. Well, still, we have two other options, but still, the best answer here, remember that because sometimes you have to use the best answer. Sometimes even in the TOEFL test, in the IELTS test, you will have maybe 2 or 3 right answers, but you have a more correct answer. This is important for you. So the best answer here will be well live. Well live. Why? Because I don't have a seen evidence. What about number 2? Students with computers instead of books. Again, this is a kind of predictions. Yes, you can say that it's a prediction in the future. I don't have a seen evidence, so the best answer will be well study. Can I say is studying? No problem at all. Is going to study, will be studying, which is the future perfect. Sorry, the future progressive. Yes, but the best answer again will be students will study. Well study. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all for today. You have from number 3 to number 6 as your homework. We're gonna check that later, inshallah. Thank you again and see you very soon, inshallah. Thank you.